All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your it's your boy, Mayhem Mike. Pure mayhem for today. Welcome to the Four Letter Nerd, a Hyrule Geeks Unlimited production. It wasn't me. I don't have full control of the button. In fact, it was my co-host Reginald who decided to make a
Lies.
mashup. It was a mashup of intros, and I guess it's because last week I cut him off. Anyway, welcome back to the Four Letter Nerd Hyrule Geeks Unlimited production show. We got a great show. Obviously, let's bring my other co-host in, Reginald. I pressed the button, all the things, and blame it on Mayhem. What's going on, brother?
I mean, what else am I supposed to do? That's like my thing is to blame you for the things that I do.
Yes, you are looking dapper as usual, and I'm pretty sure I will find my revenge. Today we are missing our usual two. Big Cake Boss, Big Daddy Burgie. He's not here, as well as Katarina Thompson. Not Themyscira Thompson, because I'm just gonna name her Kat, because she's not here to fight for herself. They are currently in Colorado Con doing this thing. They may be checking in, so shout out to them. We do however, have two other guests that I'm really excited to talk about. You may have seen them on their Tuesday night show, Nerds of the Round. Of course, I'm talking about my good friend Sebastian.
Yo, Burgie Fan 316, what up?
And of course, Tone from Acosta Hall.
What is going
Hi,
on?
Tone,
What
you
is
can
going
say
on? Thank you for having us. I will say
You're
something.
welcome.
Can you hear
Thanks
me?
for joining us,
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, man, really?
Whole lot of
Alright,
fun. Happy to talk the topic.
Yeah, I'm happy to help sub, but I'm gonna let you know I don't have the cake.
That's
Oh,
fine.
That's
That's fine.
okay.
You never did, Seabass. You never did.
Our mascot, he's got enough cake to go around. He's got enough buns.
He does
this
have
week-
the cake for everyone.
Yes, and they love that. It's interesting. This week we're going to be talking about anime, and I think I brought two great specialists and geniuses with me. I think I'm a casual anime lover, but these guys are definitely on the plane to definitely educate us all. And I really wanted to kind of go into the difference between manga and anime. And for those that don't know, for the most part, when you see animations that are generally Japanese styled, they start in a book that's generally read from right to left. From the top
Indeed.
to bottom, from the right to left.
Yes.
And it's drawn and the story is told that way. And then generally the popular mangas, that's what it's called, are made into anime. And that's generally what we get to know. That's where we get the subbed English version or dubbed voice actors speaking in English. It's becoming super popular. Anime is becoming super popular now. It was popular before. We definitely had all the Netflix adaptations, Crunchyroll, and I'm forgetting what's the other company that Crunchyroll just
High
absorbed?
dive,
High dive,
Sony,
Funimation.
Funimation.
Funimation's been around. If you are a '90s kid, you know about Funimations.
I know about manga.
Yes, so you know,
Manga. With the fire on it. Yes.
Oh yeah,
so you know. So you pretty much know, but it's seeing a revamp. We're getting a lot more series, and I just want to reiterate that anime manga is kind of like food. It's really based on your preference, but there are a lot of great dishes out there. And with that being said, I think we're going to go into our first category, which is beginner manga. What anime got you to watch or anime or what you think people should watch? And because we have guests, I'm obviously going to call on Sebastian first to tell
damn.
us his beginner anime.
Me
Sebastian,
to the walls.
yes.
All right, pull up the tail of the tape because there were so many. I had to label it. I had to narrow it down to some good ones.
Mhm.
So
What-
I had
yeah.
actually.
Mhm.
So my very first anime was a very old one, Second Man, and then I got back to an Armitage of the Third. But for beginner anime, I have to say Cowboy Bebop, definitely, because you got that space feel, jazz, and all that that's there. It was a nice little combination of storytelling. You have a great, strong story from beginning, middle, and end. It also has a movie adaptation that takes place in the middle of the anime, which is pretty dope. And the characters are just well rounded in this anime. So it's a great beginning anime for those who love sci-fi. Now, it's sad with the live action show, didn't do that great because they had a lot to live up to. But the anime is just chef's kiss. At the end of the day, it's still a classic. Next slide. We're gonna go with Full Metal Alchemist, whether it be Full Metal Alchemist or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Now,
Taking
this
my
is
answers.
He's
I
taking
am
my answers too.
sorry.
Fuck,
I
man.
told
No,
you we're
you're
gonna
not. You're
fucking.
not sorry.
I'm not sorry.
You just,
Fuck,
let
dude.
me
I thought it
just
was
go-
one a person. This guy's coming in here with a fucking Rolodex. I'm sorry. Can I curse?
Yeah.
Okay, this guy's coming in
Yes.
with a fucking
I was
Rolodex.
told 3. If you want to take it,
Okay.
Listen.
Here. It's here. We can all take turns discussing it because
Yes.
you just took 2 off of my list, so I got to redo my whole list.
I'm
Indeed.
sorry, not sorry.
That's okay.
Well, Full Metal Alchemist is one of those. So, for those getting into anime, it's a great series to recommend because you have the regular series that caught up to the manga and they did their own thing, and then you have Brotherhood, which now gives you another helping of the anime since it follows more closer to the story now. With the anime itself, it's a great beginner because for those who loved Avatar: The Last Airbender, I would recommend this to get them into the world of anime because you have that with, like, a lot of people love Aang with his abilities and everything. You get that with Edward Elric, who is like a genius in what he does as the Full Metal Alchemist. But I'll tag someone else in who wants to touch up on this series, so I'm not gonna hog it. So it's such a beautiful series.
Finish your last one, and then we'll review it because I think
Got it.
so far your list is worth talking about and kind of going over.
Oh, the wife is gonna love you.
Oh yeah. So I had to, because I had a feeling we were gonna overlap. I had to find something out of pocket and dig deep. Samurai 7. If you want to watch an anime that tells a great story of 7 samurai getting together, has a little bit of that feudal era cybernetics in there, and still have that feudal time, this is the one. Beginning, middle, and end, all the characters were great. The boss battles, the fights were great. This is what Zack Snyder wished he could have done with his Rebel Moon. And honestly, I feel like the Yasuke tried to copy this a lot when they should have stood as a period piece. So this just stands for me the test of time. I watched it 3 times, from beginning, middle to end. And again, the samurai battles are just awesome. The characters are awesome, and it's just really well rounded.
Okay.
Yay.
So let's go back. I think you hit 2 out of 3 big, and I could be wrong, general popular choices. It's like the music industry, right? There are people who are great quote unquote artists, but then there are people who crossed over. So I'll give you a great example, right? You guys have heard of Burna Boy, right?
Oh yeah.
You guys
I've heard of him. I
Right.
don't know his music.
Right. But he's so popular, you've at least heard about him. But maybe somebody like Vibes Cartel or Masha Montano, you don't necessarily know. And what I'm saying is Burna Boy is so popular, he's crossed over and he's hit so many people, right? In the same interest, or he's more popular at the very least right now. In the same interest where like you had, I believe the first one was Cowboy Bebop, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And Samurai 7, I think, is more of a niche thing, or it could be one of those, this was great amongst the population, but it didn't cross over, you know?
It's
That's what
one
it
of those.
was.
Yeah, it was one of those that it was easy to get lost in the shuffle because at the time everybody was Naruto, Dragon Ball, everybody was Bleach. But again, it was still a great story. It was one of those things that if you got to see it, you enjoyed it, so you weren't disappointed.
But then also too, you gotta understand, at least a Cowboy Bebop was out around the time Outlaw Star, Rurouni Kenshin. Thank you. Give me 1 second. All these great animes, Dragon Ball Z was out, and manga as well. And Cowboy Bebop is, I think, is the pinnacle, is the staple. It and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is right there with it. And if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably choose Cowboy Bebop because I think it incorporates so much more. It's well designed. It's and we get so little, but we want so much more.
It's
To the point. Again,
I'm sorry, Mike. It's
you're
like you have a great tasting steak,
right?
and then you have wagyu.
I don't know. I don't know. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Okay, I don't know if I would, because if I recall, there was more to be left with Cowboy Bebop at the end. Yes.
No, no.
What do you mean by left at the end?
Or was it more? It was more. Like, I don't remember. I don't remember it.
It wraps
The
up.
only thing that it really ends with is whether or not Spike is dead or not. By the way, spoiler for almost 30-year-old anime.
Yeah. No, the reason why I'm saying this is that in regards to Brotherhood, I really like to call Brotherhood just such a perfect iteration, a perfect story, because of you get it closes itself up so well. You get like the issues that they all deal with in the beginning, and like who all these characters are. Everyone gets their resolution. Like anything, everyone, you know, everyone's issues, everyone's feelings, it all ties up at the end. And what they give up, losing their power, they give it up, but they gain exactly what they wanted. They get themselves back, they get their freedom back, and it's like their journey as two brothers. I love it. And then also the deadly sins, your side characters.
Yes.
Everybody is just cooking in that show. Like you feel something for all of these characters, whether you hate them or you love them, you feel sad. I remember when like King Bradley shows up.
Yes.
Like when he shows up, and like it's like when it was one of those things where it's like that cutscene where like no one else knows it's King Bradley. Like King Bradley shows up in the sewer, and you're like, holy shit, it's King Bradley, and he's just decking out with all those swords. I loved Brotherhood for what it did in that like that 60 episodes, because I was taking a break from anime for a long time just because of age and responsibilities, and I just decided to watch Brotherhood because it was one of my train shows, and I was like, man, what the hell did I miss, man? I need to what am I missing? But yeah, no, it really got the fire back in me to get back on the horse with anime. Was Brotherhood.
I just want to add, I think I can kind of agree with that. Where I'd push back is I think it's just two different styles of storytelling. Whereas Cowboy Bebop was like speculation, and Full Metal Alchemist was more like completion. You understand? Two different time periods, and ultimately this is all storytelling. Cowboy Bebop ended where it's like, what happened to Faye? Like she had a resolution as far as like coming to terms of who she is and what happened to her. Jet, he kind of had a resolution of his own morals. Ed kind of had a resolution of who she was and what she had to do to grow as a person. The dog was the dog. And then Spike, listen, but you know, the corgi was dope. And then Spike was really just, I think he's dead, but just facing the past and the present, because that's what he had to go through. This is why he had the cybernetic eye, which is why he kept dealing with his brother, his girlfriend, his lover. I forgot her name. She died, I believe.
Julia's alive.
Julia's alive?
Julia's
I feel like she died. Okay,
No.
so like he just had to deal with so much stuff that he's kind of been avoiding. And it's just like the author was just like, it's better left off with speculation versus actual like resolution. And
Yes.
I think he passed away before he could do anything or add anything on. They were also talking about bringing it back, and we were like, no. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you. My daughter wants to say hi. Say hi.
Hi, Jordy.
Thank you. I think they talked about bringing it back, and we were like, nah, we're good where we're at. And I'm gonna end my talk right now because my daughter's taking over my microphone. Reginald, please.
Yeah, so for me with Brotherhood, I enjoyed both Brotherhood and regular Full Metal Alchemist, but Brotherhood just took it that extra step. And then if we wouldn't have done Brotherhood, we wouldn't have gotten one of the best scenes in anime, period. And that is where Envy is getting charbroiled alive by the Flame Alchemist. Because I'm sorry, you do not kill one of the most wholesome men in anime and get zero repercussions. He deserved it.
No, Mustang was cooking, literally.
I'm sorry. To
He was
this day,
cooking, literally.
I think about
Just-
that scene and I'm
Just
like,
the
oh my
snaps,
God.
man.
And notice
Snaps
how
is the game.
nobody could do it. They just sat there like, yeah, I'm not saying nothing.
Right.
I want none of that smoke.
Right.
And then they stopped. Like, are you done?
Hey.
Okay, now I'm done. And I was like, bro, Mustang was like, nah, you don't get to kill Mr. Roy Hughes or kill Hughes and just not have nothing happen. No.
Yeah.
But it's funny because Full Metal in both series, Full Metal and Full Metal Brotherhood, have the most memorable scenes, the most memorable characters. So it's the scene where Hughes dies. You feel it in both shows, like your heart drops. And then there's that shit called Shao Tucker.
Oh God. That
Again, you
piece
feel
of
it in both
trash.
shows.
That piece of trash.
Okay.
There's no-
If I could just add on real quick, I think once again we've hit a really good note when it comes to storytelling. Because for anybody that has a problem with watching anime because it's a cartoon animated show or whatever, please get over it. it's another form of storytelling. In fact, it's generally the preferred. It's like one of the most preferred form of storytelling when we first enter this world. We see pictures, we're like, yes, I can identify with that. Now it's in motion. Now the reason why I like anime generally more than manga is because there are certain scenes, the fluidity of like fighting or the fluidity of certain things are better told in anime versus manga. However, the story is the story. I love it nonetheless. So please get over that. But these two, not including Samurai 7, not to say that we're taking that off, they hit personal notes, and that's a great thing when it comes to stories. When they make you feel emotionally and they make you think, generally that's the making of a great story. You know, and just remember that even though it's animated, or even if you write it and it's drawn, that does not take away from it not being a great story. I want to move on to beginner. Tone, you're next. Do you have one that wasn't possibly said?
Yes, I do. I do have one that was
Fair enough.
that was possibly said for beginner, and I'm gonna go in the realm of a. I know we briefly discussed Outlaw Star, and so we're gonna skip Outlaw Star because that is one of my picks. But we're gonna move over, instead of an anime series, we're gonna move into a movie. And I will say my classic anime movie. It's not Princess Mononoke. I'm not taking that from you, Mayhem. I know you have that on your list somewhere.
You know it,
but it is one of my all time favorites. Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. That is a cooking movie. Reggie, it's in the chat. If you go into our private chat, you'll see Vampire Hunter D tagged. I remember watching this as a kid. My dad got the DVD, and it has everything you want in an anime from I think it was like either the late 90s or the early 2000s when it came out. Fantastic standalone story, awesome action, a kick-ass soundtrack, and you can either watch it in English or Japanese and be satisfied, because the English sub for this was next level, like for the time. Very good. And when you get the image up, you get to see what my man D is cooking with, because my man had drip. He also had a talking hand that he would use.
Yes.
It's one of those animes that I wish. It's a novel series, so if you're into that, there's many novels of Vampire Hunter D. It is not a manga. It is a book. And I wish that we were able to get some more. Look at that drip.
Look at that drip. Even the horse is
even the horse has drip.
I forgot. No, you're right.
Everything had drip.
Everything had drip, and it's really interesting. You think did the creators of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, did they create Alucard to look like D, right? Because Alucard in Symphony of the Night looks very much like Vampire Hunter D, except he has silver hair. I always wondered if that was kind of like a thing Konami did before they started making gambling games and don't really make anything else. But yeah, no, if you're looking for a solid 90 minutes, watch Vampire Hunter D. It gives you a little bit of everything. There's two movies. There's the original Vampire Hunter D, and then there's a sequel, which is where this comes from, Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust.
Okay. I don't know if it's just me.
Oh, is it me? Oh,
it sounds like it sounds a little auto-tuned. Was that me or?
No, I hear it too.
Let me.
Are you turning into a Decepticon? Because that would be dope.
No,
that would be dope on
I wish.
Yeah.
Let me change out let me unplug my stuff.
Sure, no worries. Solid pick from Tone. Solid pick. I just want to, because it just hit me. Vampire D is R-rated. I believe Cowboy Bebop is R-rated.
PG-13.
It's PG-13. Okay, fair enough. Full Metal Alchemist, PG-13 or R-rated? I believe it's R-rated. Wow, they got
D is the only one, because D has the violence, the blood, the gore, and the nudity, and the sex.
So you know what? I forgot about the sex. All right, fair enough. So, at least in the beginning, a lot of PG-13 offered great stories. Not everything, but a lot. And Vampire D, I just want to say, is a great pick from Tone. If you're squeamish to gore,
don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch it. Hold on. Do I sound better now, or still sound like this other time?
You sound better.
Okay, so speaking on the term of gore and violence and other things, my next pick eventually down the line is also going to fall in that same realm. It
has to.
because
It has to. No, it has to.
I'm sure Mayhem, you know where I'm going with my
Yes,
my eventual
yes.
pick. So,
All right.
yeah.
Do you have any more? You said you're skipping out Lost Star. Do you have any more? Oh, never mind. I think
no, that wasn't for I wouldn't say Berserk is for beginners.
100%. 100%. All right.
My bad.
Nope.
Berserk
My
is
bad.
for beginners.
Nope.
All right. So let's come out of that.
That's expert. That's expert.
Berserk is definitely not for. I mean, if you want to, sure.
I mean, if you don't like your friends, yes, start them on Berserk.
yeah, start them on Berserk. Hey, you know what? You never watched.
You like
before.
anime? Watch
I got
this.
you. I got you. Really gonna love this guy. His name is Guts. He's an incredible
my
dude.
God.
Nothing bad happens to him, and he has the best friend. They are buddies for life. His name is Griffith. That is his homie. Yo, brothers for life.
Yes,
Ride or die.
And Griffin does nothing to
Emphasis on
Berserk's
die.
in front of him
Never.
while he's tied up. No,
I don't know.
no.
Held captive is better.
Yeah. Anyway, so that is not a beginner anime. That's for later.
Listen,
Expert.
actually, you know what? If you like The Crow and you fantasize about that kind of thing, this is for you. Berserk is for you. But totally
that
left
is
field.
true.
They're coming out with a new movie. I'm
Yeah.
interested to see what it is. But I think it's gonna fall short to an extent. But whatever. Reggie, do you want to go first before I go to my pick?
Sure, I can do that.
Sure, no problem.
All right, so you can clearly and totally see all my answers for everything upcoming because I'm lazy and I only have one screen. So for me, one of them you're going to question why I have it as a beginner anime, but I'll explain why. So first up, this first one is going over from beginner also into personal favorites and also classic. It covers all three bases on this one.
Okay.
And that's because it's just that good of one. So good, in fact, they're remaking it starting next year. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Ranma One Half. This is the reason I watch anime. I came across this random cartoon back in the day, started watching, like, hey, that's some great kung fu, because I'm a child of the 80s. I grew up on old school kung fu flicks. I love kung fu flicks. Kung fu cartoon, let's go. Why is that dude a chick all of a sudden? Why is his dad a bear? What is this? And I was hooked from there on.
I think this is a great example of like anime is not linear. Like you can't. It's not always blood, guts, sex, gore. No, it goes all over the place. And once again, just to reiterate, it is a preference thing. However, there are classics that touch upon each, section of anime. There are some that are action. There are some that are mystery, thriller, gore, etc., etc. Thank you very much, Reggie. Go ahead, continue.
Yes, sir. And next up, even though it's a little bit newer, but it's still something that you can start to watch anime with. It borders on that classic, but there's too much filler, and the story split into two parts. But you can already see what it is. But anyway, it is Naruto, or that Naruto, as I like to call it. Because if you like anime or you're not sure about anime, watch this. This is what you want to watch to see if you like anime. It's got ridiculous stories. It's got overpowered fights. It's got underpowered fights. It's got Rock Lee fighting. So
that Rock Lee fight, though, that Gaara Rock Lee fight,
yes,
that
level.
Okay,
that's the best thing, yo. That tuning exam when my man, like everyone is sleeping on Rock Lee. Oh,
right?
He knows taijutsu. He knows taijutsu.
Oh, he can't fight.
Yes.
And then he goes up, and guys like, with a fucking proud dad. He's like,
take him off.
He's like, they're like, what? And then he takes his weights off. Everyone's like, oh, this is just like 20-pound weights. Then he fucking drops them, and these craters happen up in the stage. And everyone is like, what is this flex?
The Chunin exam hit everybody like when Gohan went Super Saiyan.
Yes.
And was getting ready to fight Super Cell for the first time. Seriously.
Yeah, that Chunin exam. I mean, like you thought. And Reggie, to your point for Naruto, like it's weird for me, right, to say a 400 episode anime is a good beginner because like sometimes people are just like not gonna watch 400 plus episodes, right? But like if you are in it, like if you've tested the waters, you've watched a couple 20 episode series, you watched a couple movies, or maybe like us back in the day, you watched a couple series and they all burned out and you never know what the hell's gonna happen. And you want to watch something that's completed. Yes, Naruto is definitely not any of those classic shonens from Naruto, Bleach, even
Dragon
about
Ball,
Dragon Ball,
the big
My
three.
Hero, like the big three of each generation. You can really dive in once you're like good to go and jumping into these animes. But Naruto is like that's my growing up anime, because I remember watching it when I was a kid. I remember playing the Japanese game on the GameCube. I remember torrenting the episodes because
Allegedly.
Allegedly, right? Because Dragon Ball was out already. Like it was out back in the early 90s, and I was watching it then too. But I learned how to read watching subtitles. But if I had to own a shonen of my era, I would have to go with it's Naruto. Just
100%.
Lovely show.
Naruto taught me how to skip intros, right, and get to the meaty part. Don't get me wrong. Some of the intros for Naruto, like for instance, the Sasuke retrieval arc intro, was fire, and I would let it play. But then other times I was like, skip. Let's get to the action.
You know, it was a banger for Naruto. The first arc, the original arc in the Japanese version, Wind, the ending song.
Yeah.
I love the ending song for that first arc.
I bought that ending song. I had it in my playlist of music to play in my car on my system.
Yeah.
Bumping it.
Can I ask this question? Am I the only one here that has downloaded or bought a song that they either heard from a game or an anime?
Absolutely.
I'll give you a great example.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Okay. Because
I bought the Halo 1 soundtrack, the original soundtrack of Halo 1. My dad took me to Tower Records in the city, and he bought me there. And he bought me the CD for the Halo original soundtrack. I was all in on video game music, like Super Nintendo, 16-bit, 8-bit. You look at Mega Man 2 on the NES. That soundtrack slaps.
Oh yeah.
All right, like
we got to talk about soundtracks.
Yo,
we can't even play it because
you want to get. I am ready for soundtracks. I have soundtracks. I'm ready to go. So
I'll say this, right? I feel you on that one. I was Streets of Rage 2, Streets of Rage 3. Those soundtracks were amazing, right? And that's just to name a few when growing up. I bought Snake Eater. I don't know if you remember Metal Gear Solid 3.
Of course.
What? And then Kingdom Hearts. I don't care what anybody says. The original Kingdom Hearts mix, they have never.
B? Oh my God, Mix B was hot.
You got to think
Mix
about it
B
though,
hot,
right?
especially Japanese.
That's SquareSoft or Square Enix, depending on who you ask.
Right.
And if I recall correct, and I could be wrong, but that's Nobuo, right? Who did Kingdom Hearts?
No, we're not talking about the original music. We're talking about that intro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the intro song. Yes.
The intro.
The intro song,
Mix, the different mix. I forgot what it was called.
Mix B.
Yes.
They have not captured lightning in a bottle like that in a long time. And we have like 7 Kingdom Hearts games, I'm sure.
I know. That song was in everything, though.
Yes. It was.
Yes.
When song was
you walk away. What? All right. We're getting
off track.
My last one for intro. You probably won't think it's an intro, but because of the way the story's set up, it prepares people for what anime is going to do to them.
Okay.
And that is Made in Abyss.
Oh God. Oh.
Okay.
Once again, yes. Yeah, we know what happens in those 2 seasons. But remember the first 2/3 of the first series, it wasn't that bad, was it? Exploring, learning new things, and then it goes off the fucking rails.
It's like it's safe, and then all of a sudden, wham!
It's not safe. And guess what? That's what anime
they lied to me. It's like they draw. It's like look at it.
I saw this one.
Oh,
you can ask everybody in the Spitballers group about Made in Abyss, and they'll tell you like, oh, it's gonna. So it's like they lure you in with the cute anime drawing for that, because obviously you look at the pictures, you're like, oh, it looks good, like, oh, it looks like it's gonna be wholesome. All of a sudden, wham!
Is that like
That reminds me of like I remember there was this anime on Netflix that Seabass put me on, and it was the one like the Whale Watchers or some shit.
Oh yeah, that got one season.
I watched like one. It was like half of it. It's like this really. I'm like, what am I watching? And then like episode 3 comes in, someone gets shot in the head. Like, What is this?
Sometimes you got to pop out and show people. You know what I'm saying?
What the hell's
It
happening?
was like out of left field with that one. That one
Yeah.
was a sleeper there too.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. Like, holy shit! It became like Game of Thrones all of a sudden.
Yeah.
See,
All
and
right.
that's what anime does for you.
That is
It
what
gives
does
you
for
it gives you that, and it's gonna. Oh, look, it's safe. Watch me. Watch me. Are you watching? Do we have your attention? Yeah, that was the main character's head. What of it? Am I bad anime?
All right, fair enough.
Indeed. Indeed.
All right, I want to go over my list really quickly, and we can move further. We can move on. But Sebastian started this because he picked out really great picks that we all picked out, and they needed to be talked about. Cowboy Bebop is a staple, and so is Full Metal Alchemist. Samurai 7, I think, is also a staple, but because it didn't cross over, it definitely flew under the radar for a lot of people. In fact, I haven't watched it, so I'm gonna watch it definitely. Yes, baby.
The wife would appreciate it. It's her favorite anime. She loves Samurai 7.
Okay. All right, so let me go over my list real quick. I think I have some duplicates, but we can just go over it really quickly and move forward.
We'll be all right. We got this.
We got time. So, of course,
Of
Princess Mononoke, and I want to set up the scene because it's very important. The time this movie came out in 1997, right? And just to kind of give you a little thing, the budget for it was 235 mil. All right, to get pictures like this, the animation was 235 million, right?
235 million in 1997 money.
Right. Which was like, I think in yen it was 2.35. At least that's what it's telling me. But it made 194 million in the box office, right? So technically, you would think it's a disaster. To me, I love you too, Jordan. To me, Studio Ghibli knocked it out the park with this one. I had never watched a movie of anime until this, and this had to be like 99, I want to say, around that time, back when we had the illegal cable box, you know what I'm saying, the red button in the back, before it was the card in the front, if you know allegedly. So I watched
Allegedly.
so one time I think I was home by myself and HBO was like, we got anime and we got this and da-da-da. I was like, all right, fine. So with that being said, I definitely.
We've lost Mayhem.
We lost Mayhem.
Okay, that was odd.
Studio Ghibli came after him.
Yeah, they did. It's like, cut his internet. He's not talking about us like this. So we will pray for you, Mayhem, until you come back. But until there he is. That was quick. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry about that. My daughter decided she wanted cable. Definitely got me. If cable by my daughter.
Morales.
Optimum. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you for joining us. Yo, listen. If you do anything in your life, definitely watch Princess Mononoke. This is a movie I wanted them to make a part 2 for, but I understand why. The animation is amazing.
So
it's colorful. It is a great story. As with Studio Ghibli, there's always layered interpretation and meanings. I don't think there's ever a movie they put out that doesn't have like, hey, this is the story on the top level, but what we really mean is stop killing all the trees. What we really mean is respect the dead. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
hey, respect your parents before you don't have them and they're turned into pigs.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So then, like, look at this animation, and this is not even fluid because obviously we don't want to get caught by YouTube and whatnot and flagged. But like, this is 1997 animation, and arguably, these are guys who are like pencil drawing this and coloring it in. I don't think there's machines like that helping them do this. You know what I'm saying? Even to this day, they do it by hand, but it's a lot easier. So like the fluid and animation, and look at the detail in the sky and the freaking mountains in the background. What was that guy's name that was on Channel 13 that used to paint the clouds?
Bob Ross.
There you go. Bob Ross. He definitely would have had a job, but he would have had competition, is all I'm saying. It was beautiful. It was great. And this, I think, is a great beginner movie for anime. It's got a it's not lighthearted. It is heavy kind of message. There's not that much gore, which is unfair to say because it's against animals, but it's mythical beast. But it's not crazy. You know what I'm saying? You can go to the next one because we got to move on. The next one was Ninja Scroll.
Stealing stuff off my list constantly.
Is this your classic?
This is a classic. Sorry. I think this is a classic and it's a beginner. It's a classic because the story, the animation is just amazing, and it's not as detailed and fluid as Princess Mononoke, but it's still pretty damn good. All right. The second thing is, for me, it's a beginner because it's only one Ninja Scroll as far as I know. There's no prelude, there's no sequel. There've been talks about it.
Might be a sequel.
They tried, but it couldn't live up to the hype of
Right.
the
Okay,
first
I
movie.
remember. I'm like, it was something, and I'm like, I think I watched it and was like,
It felt totally different from this one.
Yeah. If you like feudal Japan, you like samurais, you like the idea of a man. Oh, I didn't even explain Princess Mononoke. If you like, Ninja Scroll is about a man who's hired. He's really forced to find out what an army is doing, and he has to face against. Was it 7 samurai? Was 7 a number?
I think it was 5.
Okay, let's
actually, they're on the
five.
cover.
And they had-
1, 2,
and they
3,
had powers.
4, 5.
Yeah.
I was
5.
going to get to that.
There's 5.
So,
No, 6. They don't show the B guy.
Okay,
So
yes,
6 of them.
6. So the big thing with like samurai at the time is they were good swordsmen, but they were arguably having powers, like mythical powers. Like Rurouni Kenshin had powers. It's just that he was just talented as F. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that because my daughter's here. Princess Mononoke, arguably the anime Ferngully. Like y'all out here not really representing and respecting the forest. Now the forest spirits, the gods, excuse me, and the forest spirits is mad at you. And then humanity's like, I'm trying to control the spirit god. That didn't end so well for them. But you watch the movie, it's great. I don't want to give anything away for both of those movies. I think these are really great. I'm not even in the goddamn camera. I think this is really great. This is a really great beginner anime, and both of them fit my classic. And I tried to avoid that, but I couldn't. I think I have one more. What's my last one?
Oh, that part. Oh, wow.
Yes.
It got really gory.
That's real. It's real. It's real violent.
Yeah,
Each subway, each fish.
That 90s anime violence we all love.
Drinking his blood. I don't know what this is, but sure.
It's my Facebook. Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Oh, that's what y'all doing. You're sending it to.
Yeah.
Like, where the fuck do I send this stuff?
So, and then Naruto. I think Naruto was the last one. Naruto is also a very beginner and classic anime to start at. Like Tone said, for sure it's 400. But I feel like once you're in the thick of it, it's rare that you get like a really slow arc. You know, you have Naruto, they explain it.
That's Shippuden's job,
right?
Shippuden does that.
That's why I said Naruto. But Shippuden definitely builds. There's a lot of building and construction before they start deconstructing a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Right.
Naruto is like
you can skip that entire 3rd season of filler.
Yes, you can.
Fair enough.
Right over
Episode right in Naruto after Sasuke and Naruto fight in the Valley of Death.
Mm-hmm.
You can go right into Shippuden. That 100 episodes do not count.
Nope.
I'm not even gonna hold you. Okay.
And then even in Shippuden, there are specific arcs that you can't skip. So it really cuts those episode lengths down. It really helps. There are websites dedicated to showing you.
Unlike that other one with 5,000 episodes where you really can't skip most of them.
I gave up on that one.
I didn't even.
You gave up in episode 8.
Fair enough.
I did.
I gave up on episode 3. I think I kept falling asleep.
That's a good episode to give up on because he saw what was coming and he's like, "I'm not watching that," and he decided to go do something much better with his life.
All right. So with that being said, let's move forward. I think once again we're hitting kind of like the same thing, and I want to tell people a little bit more about some of the anime choices that we have. I'm sure they've seen Naruto a lot, but Vampire D, Samurai 7. I forgot how to say Ranma. Is it Ranma? Did I say that correctly?
Ranma and a half.
That one.
You're adding an extra A. It's just Ranma, 1/2. Like Ranma, half a mile.
Ranma. That one. And I want to move forward with the next topic, if I'm not mistaken. So we had, what was it?
Beginner.
We had the beginner, and we had classic, and then the next one is personal best and why. I'm going to start with Tone because we started with Sebastian. What was your personal best and why?
Oh,
and if you have a graphic, let Reggie know so you can pull it up.
I don't know if I have. Okay, so it really okay. You know what? I don't have.
Just tell me what it is.
I don't have a graphic. It's gonna be Attack on Titan. It's gonna be my personal best.
Ooh.
Ew.
It's gonna be Attack on Titan.
Nah, I can't front. Attack on Titan.
Now the only reason why it's not Berserk is, and Berserk was one of my classics. We ended up not talking about it, but that's fine because we'll bring Berserk up again for worst because of the 2016 travesty.
Oh God, that.
But I really, after finally watching the anime ending for Attack on Titan, and I read it, I was reading it and everything. I love what Attack on Titan does for world building. You get into Attack on Titan and you think it's just these monsters outside the walls, and you're just living in this world. There's this one continent world. There's these monsters on the world. You don't know what the hell they are. It opens up where Aaron loses his mom, and as you go season to season, and you take out how long season 4, final season, was supposed to be, just as a story, it opens up more and more information, more conspiracy, more drama as you read through it and watch through the series until you get blasted open into the real world and how everything looks at Paradise Island and how everyone looks at the Titans. And I think it's just such a good, dark story. And if you're into that type of thing, I think you can really like Attack on Titan. So it's like one of my tops. I think Demon Slayer will get there once it's finished. Once the anime is finished, I think I'll put Demon Slayer there.
Yes.
And if we ever get a faithful adaptation of Berserk, it will 100% go there. But I would say non 3D. But I really enjoyed what they did with Attack on Titan. And so I would say that's one of my personal bests.
Agreed. I just want to add on, Attack on Titan did a lot of like promising and delivering. And what they didn't promise, they still delivered on, because one thing Tone forgot to mention is you're going to find out a lot of stuff that you didn't think you needed to know that you needed to know.
Oh, yeah.
And you're always going to have questions that are answered and then more questions that aren't answered. So at least until the end. And even then, I think there's still some questions we had.
There's still some questions. And the ending was a little controversial on how the manga ended and how he ended it. And then the anime kind of made it make more sense, which was kind of the issue. But like, it's just so wild how it starts so tiny. Like, you just think the Survey Corps, it's the Survey Corps against the Titans. And then it's like, nah, there's this whole lie. And there's this family that's been changing everyone's memories and doing all of this. And the Titans are all kind of connected to like essentially like a world tree. It's like, it's wild how out there it gets. And then as you get to the final seasons, it gets brutally violent. Levi is a monster. And in one of our categories for picking anime scenes or animated manga, like there is such great translations of images from the manga to the show that when I was reading it, I was very much like, I can't wait to see this animated. And they knocked it out of the park.
Okay. Sebastian, you're up. Try to top that if you can.
Honestly, you can't top anime, because at the end of the day, like I went with something that was more of a palate cleanser, because I had a feeling Attack on Titan was going to be picked, Demon Slayer reincarnated as a slime, but I had to go with something that sometimes you need to get away from all the mainstream stuff and want to jump in. So I picked Desert Punk.
Okay.
Desert Punk was a fun anime. I wish that they did get a second season, because it does a nice little swerve in the middle of the anime. So the main character you follow, his name is pretty much Kanta Mizuno, and he's pretty much like this big thief. It takes place on a desert planet. He's very infamous as the Desert Punk. It's known for like getting his hauls and everything, and obviously there is a corporation in this world that kind of like, sets the rules and everything. And so he tries to play by these rules and everything. The fight scenes are fun. He's a fun character, and at the end of the day, like I said, it's a good palate cleanser. I like the swerve they did in the middle of the show.
Yes.
And then the way it ended, I was like, yeah, they left it open where if they wanted to, they could have went and done another one, but it was done by one of the popular anime studios. And again, it was easy to fall under the radar. The animation style was a little bit different from a lot of other anime, where it's like, you're getting anime, but you're getting like its own particular style that really sticks out for the show. And again, it's fun humor, action, and it's like it has a little bit feel of Mad Max, just meets I would say Naruto with the comedy and everything, but no. But
Actually,
it just
what just went through my mind when I looked at the image, which I haven't seen in like over a decade. It's Mad Max with Golden Boy.
yes, that one. For those that don't know,
Yeah.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
That is what I'm like. Because I looked at the picture, I'm like, oh yeah, Desert Punk. I'm like, wasn't that Mad Max with Golden Boy?
Yes, that
Yes,
is
it was.
exactly the best comparison right there. But it's funny. It in the beginning, the first episode sets up what you can expect. So it's a fun show. Fun. I believe it was 24 episodes. And again, if you want to get away from like a lot of the mainstream stuff and have a good anime to go to, this is a great palate cleanser.
Okay. Thank you very much for that.
I just want to say we did kind of sort of skip Sebastian's classics.
Sebastian, you have
We could breeze
classics.
through them. I had classics. We could breeze through them.
All right,
I
let's
could
go
breeze
through
through
your
the classics.
classics real quick.
That's not a classic. That no.
Oh,
I remember.
wrong way,
You've
wrong
seen
way. Wrong way.
City Hunter, classic, right there.
Mhm.
That anime is awesome. It's funny. 50 episodes. Was a live action movie starring Jackie Chan as well. They're gonna make it into a
Ooh.
live show on Netflix. So City Hunter
Oh.
again, the main character, funny as hell, awesome.
Mhm.
And again, it I can say it's older than Cowboy Bebop, but it's like Cowboy Bebop but funny.
Okay.
It's dope. Next one. Alita. We all know it got a movie, but
yes.
Battle Angel Alita is just, it was really known for its imagery and everything, the world that it created with the art style and everything. Even when you look at the manga, you feel the grit and everything with the detail. I'd say it's second to the detailing that you got in the Berserk manga. And again, the main character, she's just freaking awesome. Ali, and the battles, the murder ball, they were just phenomenal. And then the final one, Armitage the Third. This was dope because again, it was a show, but when they brought it to the Americas, I got to see the dubbed version, and the dubbed version was voiced by Kiefer Sutherland
Oh,
and Elizabeth Berkley.
okay.
So they condensed the entire season of the show into one movie, and I feel like Armitage the Third, it came out at a time that, again, not a lot of people were watching anime. This was before Toonami. And Naomi Armitage is just an awesome character. It came out with a second movie that didn't hit well, but this movie stands on its own. And from the Japanese voice cast to even the English voice cast, because Keith Sutherland did put, and Elizabeth Berkley, they did put work into the voice acting in this.
They did.
And it's just freaking awesome.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. I'm going to check those out later on. Reggie, let's have you do your choices and I'll go next. We are running out of time. We're out here having a good time. We got like
All right.
10 minutes left.
So, all right, so I'll go over mine real quick because I've talked about it like 5 times already, but I can talk about it again.
Oh my
Of
God,
course.
no.
That personal best is, of course, that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah.
If you are not watching Slime, you need to be watching Slime because it's not your typical, oh, look, I'm super OP. Let me just go and take over the world or do dumb stuff. This was a dude, he died. And as he died, he's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want that. And the system was like, cool, we'll give you all these powers. Oh, the thing that gives you all these powers, you're a slime. Enjoy your new life. And literally starts as just a regular slime all the way up to a demon lord. Like, come on now. And it's not boring. And I even watched Slime Diaries because I enjoy it that much. And I enjoyed the city building part and the farming part because it was entertaining to me.
Yeah,
And
it has a lot of world building in it.
it does. They have a lot of world building to do. And in 3 seasons plus a spinoff, they've done it well. And the story is still top notch.
Okay.
Watch Slime if you're not watching Slime. Read Slime if you're not reading or watching Slime. Do one or the other.
Do you work for Nickelodeon? Because I feel like
Look, I can say what I want on television with no problems.
Fair enough. This was dope. Okay. I'll go over my personal best and why real quick. The classics, I think we've all hit them all. It's funny because like the beginners for the most part are also very good classics. So good luck, everybody. The newest trend in anime is isekai, aka you die and get reborn. There are different sections of isekai apparently. There's Truck-kun. That's funny as hell. A lot of
Truck-kun is
people
the best.
Truck-kun. Okay, if you don't know what Truck-kun is Truck-kun is you're going to die, like you're going to literally jump off the cliff, and here comes a truck to kill you.
Actually, there's an anime that starts that way.
Yes, I know.
The one I'm not allowed. He's like, "Oh, we're gonna jump in the raging river and die."
Yes, and then here comes the truck.
Truck.
I know exactly what you're talking about. He gets reincarnated anyway. So it's reincarnated in a different world where your abilities are either OP or you just have a second chance at life, and it's fun. It's fun, and then it's not. Real quick, let me go over because we don't have that much time. I believe my next one was what was it? What was it, Reggie? Let's see it. Let's see the display.
Personal best.
Yes,
that would be. I hope it's this one because this is the order you sent it in.
Yes.
Is it this one?
Listen, Death Note. A lot of people. Let me get a little closer to the book. A lot of people have a problem with the second half, and I get it. All right,
one of those people.
For me, it makes sense. The author didn't write himself into a corner. It's just that you expected the main character to go out in such a way, in a blaze of glory. And I think to me, it shows how humbling death is, no matter how much you think you're in control. In contrast, the way it ended, it reminded me of like Dexter. Now, I personally think Dexter should have ended probably in 5 seasons instead of like the 9-10 seasons we got. And the way it ended confused people until the director spoke about it and spoke why he did it the way he did. If you don't know, maybe I'll talk about it another time. There's not enough time to talk about it.
There's some fan theories that 2 of them, one that Light Yagami makes an appearance in Death Parade, and then 2 is that he came back as a Shikigami.
Right, I've seen that one. First of all, this was a great mystery and arguably thriller. It wasn't really mystery; it was more thriller. You know, there's definitely gore, so you know you're definitely going to see that. But it's like you're kind of rooting for the bad man, and then you're not, and then when the bad man gets really manipulative, you hate him because of what he does and to other people. But then when he comes out on top, you're just like, how did he even think that far? Ultimately, he has a rival. I won't tell you what happens, but he ends up in a situation that most people did not like. Forget that. Death Note, the story is amazing because it challenges you morally and it forces you to follow along. When people didn't like the second half, it's because how the character broke down in such a way that they're used to. And I loved it. And I think this is a classic because instead of one having an anime end up where regular, like this person gets the girl or this person reigns on top or he gets a good ending, it's like I ripped the rug from out you. You on the floor, baby. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
I just hated Nier. That was my only problem. Nier was not my favorite character.
Well, you know, it's arguably I will definitely say this is not a perfect anime, but it's still a classic in its own right. And I think everybody needs to watch it if you can handle gore and killing. 2 different things. You know what I'm saying? The idea of killing and manipulation.
I do have to tell myself with this one. I literally watched the highlights of this series and then the last 5 episodes. I'm like, I'm not watching all this. I watched the highlights and then the end. Okay, I'm done.
Was it like 60 episodes? I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Right? I was like, no, I'm done.
It's still solid. Still solid story.
It's solid. Trust me.
Solid. Yes, it is solid. I just wanted to get to the end of the murder mystery before too long.
All right. So let's move on to my next one real quick. It's Attack on Titan. I agree with Tone before Tone even said anything. It is a movie technically.
It will be a movie in a couple months. The last 2 parts.
Makes sense. Once again, like Game of Thrones, you come in with questions, you get them answered, you leave with questions. The world building is phenomenal. The story is just engaging. Everything they promised, they delivered. Next. Akira. Okay, this is my last one. Akira, you may not like it. But the amount of effects that this anime has had on people, I don't think I didn't put it in there.
This part right here. I mean, everyone knows the Tetsuo slide.
Yeah,
right. I didn't have it. I thought I put it there.
It's done for pop culture, Akira. It's all over.
It's crazy. To this day, it's still being used. They were talking about doing another one. They were talking about remastering it. this is arguably a cult classic, and good luck understanding it. Just enjoy it. Good luck. It's like Tenet before Tenet. Here's what I remember. Akira is the program that the government was doing to kids, and they gave him kind of powers. The man in the red is a victim of that. His powers manifest. He goes crazy. The guy who's walking to the bike is his friend who's trying to stop him. Good luck. Also, it's Super Tokyo, Japan. So it's like normally, let's say they had 80 million people. Now they got 8 billion people in these big ass skyscrapers in futuristic Japan. Lots of damage. Where's Godzilla? Okay, next up. We got 4 minutes. I think we should skip to like the last part.
You can go over.
So bats. We'll just go to everybody's bad anime. How about that?
Okay, sure. Look, you do bad anime. So me personally, I'm gonna get myself out the way. I didn't have a bad anime because any anime I watched that was bad, I did not watch it fully, so I can't really speak on it.
It was my fault.
Oh, that's fine. Solo Leveling was, I think, one of the recommendations, and then also what we saw before was like the difference between anime and manga. But
Yes.
Go ahead. Who wants to go? Who would like to volunteer to talk about bad anime?
Let me take this one next because I have to get mine out the way.
Okay.
This show started so strong and it was so dope. And then they went to space, and I'm like, what in the hell is that?
Mhm.
I was okay with them fighting aliens on the ground. That's cool. Fight aliens, retake Earth, repopulate it. Cool. What the hell are you doing in space? You're trying to be Gurren Lagann without the Gurren or the Lagann or the Kamina. You can't do it. Oh my god, it got dumb in that last 6 episodes.
But it was from the same studio that did what was it? What was not Spriggan, sorry. The one that you just said with
Gurren Lagann?
Gurren Lagann, yeah.
Yes. I know it's like it's gonna be so good. And then I was like, no, that was that it got dumb. It got dumb real fast.
Okay. Was that your only one, or did you have any others?
That was my only one.
Okay, let's move on because we're running out of time. We got to pay that meter. Sebastian, I would like for you to go next because you seem like you were ready for bad anime.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Because originally I was gonna pick Sister Testament of Sister Devil, but then I dug deep again for those deep cuts. And I found Sin.
This
and I
was
remember
so bad. I watched it and I have no memory of it.
I don't remember. I remember that cover. I remember that cover on a DVD cover. That's what I remember.
It was so poor quality that I didn't make it past 2 minutes.
Jesus.
And that's the one anime I'm like, yo, this is the worst anime I've seen. That it's even worse than the Jaden Smith anime that was on Netflix, and I
that
episodes
thing.
of that one.
Oh,
but I was like, I couldn't with Sin, and it was just like it was corny. The dub was corny, and I was just like, at the time that it came out, I was just like, yeah, no, this is not for me. This is not a good one. Again, I had a lot of trash anime, and that one won the list.
This is remarkable because normally Sebastian is always at odds with his recommendations. You know what I'm saying? So for him to give a bad one, and history has been made. I need to play the lotto. Tone is next. Do you have a bad anime?
Berserk 2016.
Oh, yeah, that's the perfect steal for it, right? That is the perfect steal for this trash. Dude, I got so hyped for him. I'm gonna watch Berserk again. The hell am I
and then
like
Guts
5 minutes. I was done.
Then Guts walks like a South Park character.
Look at this.
Look at this.
What did they do to my boy?
What is this?
Massacred my boy.
What is this?
It's awful.
Bad.
I mean, so classic anime is Berserk 1996. That's classic. You can even watch the Golden Arc 3 movie series. That's decent. The movie series that came out a couple early 2010s, you can watch that. But this trash from 2016, which was supposed to pick up after that arc, is awful. They don't know what they're doing.
This is what happens when studios that don't know how to 3D animate get new technology. You're like, we're just gonna use it, and everybody's like, we haven't learned how to use it yet. It's fine, just go.
Didn't he walk off panel like a South Park character once?
Yeah, and then they have a thing when he's jumping over the dude who's the dragon, and he just rolls into it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's
The
just
fact
an
that you
insult
actually
to what-
watched that much of it to know
I didn't. No, I didn't. I watched the first episode because I was like, let me just watch it. And then I watched it. I was like, what the hell am I watching? And then I saw like you go to the Berserk Reddit and people are like, what is happening? Why can't we get a good anime adaptation for this? It's like, come on, man.
Tone, did they finish Berserk? Is Berserk
No.
finished? No, okay. I thought it was still going.
We get a chapter every couple months. A 20-page chapter, which is mostly drawings and no words. And granted, the art is amazing. They do what they got to do after he passed away. But
yeah,
we are in the final arc. Revenge is afoot. I don't know when it's happening.
Well, okay.
I mean, he needs that. He needs that revenge.
He
bad.
needs that.
Tone will tell you so many things about Berserk. And don't worry, Tone, I'm actually going to catch up. We are winding down. There are two things I want to say. First of all, because I can't help but promote it. I saw Alien Romulus, and I think it'd be great as an anime. Hopefully we get it animated. Definitely. I want to thank Tone from across the hall and Sebastian, aka Burgie Fan 316, for coming in. Guys, where can we find you guys? What are you working on? Let the people know, please.
Well, you can find me and Tone on Nerds of the Round every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Last night we had Jason Lennox on. We were talking about his comic and we talked about The Boys. Yep. You can find my information at sebastianbonet.com, which will also take you to my Patreon, which has my comic Concrete Combat. Issue 1 and 2 are out digitally on my Patreon. Ooh. So again, if you subscribe to the Patreon, you're helping support the story. Issue 3 is still in the works, being colored and everything. So issue 3 is coming soon. And that is me.
Tone.
I don't really have a major online presence. I have a Facebook. And I have a TikTok.
I have it, but don't follow it.
I have a TikTok which hasn't created any content. I just created a new name, a new picture, and a new bio. So there's that. If you really want to follow me, you can find me on LinkedIn.
I was gonna say the Medusa's Cascade, but I don't know how to follow that up.
You know what's crazy? LinkedIn, I found out, is a dating website originally.
What?
Yes, it was a business dating website. Yeah, originally.
I mean, people try to treat it like that, and then they get called out by people on LinkedIn.
Yeah. The more you know.
Why is it that MySpace was the only one that was wholesome when it came out?
When you say wholesome,
MySpace was not wholesome.
Because when you had MySpace, you also had Black Planet and Me Hente.
Cheyenne says she's for this. I'll follow if you want to follow on LinkedIn. Tone. Look, all right, real quick. There were so many dating websites. There were so many social media websites. I will say this: MySpace, I loved because we were all coders. Okay,
yes, we were.
We were all coders. And if you ask me to code a website right now, I'm gonna look at you like you're crazy. Like GoDaddy.com maybe or whatever. But that was also where the drama came in because 1 minute Tone is on my top 5, next minute he's not there. We got beef.
Listen, or you just make a top 16 and make everybody happy.
Never did that in my life.
Highest you can make is
top 16.
No, you can code it to beat 16.
Oh, see, I got lazy after getting my music in my background up there.
I did. I had the music. I had the background. I had the
Yes.
mouse effects when you were moving your mouse around.
Oh my god! His
I
page
did-
was like a gig download.
It really was. It really was.
Why is this going so slow? I see
had a
what
top-
the tones do.
I had a top 16. I was
56K modem.
So you really want to laugh. You really want to laugh. I went like full after my first girlfriend and I broke up. My boy took a picture of me, and then I did the thing that we all did if we were from a ethnic country. I put myself, and then I did a faded, superimposed image of the flag that I represented. But because I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican, I did a diagonal half and half.
Oh.
And so you had me with like this serious like face, and then like the flag behind me.
I do remember that. I do remember that.
Oh my god!
I
Oh,
wasn't
man.
that bad
Yeah.
with that. I just took just those serious pictures.
Try to put
Listen.
that name on your MySpace.
Yep.
So my daughter's getting into things. I'm going to end this show like this. First of all, big shout out to Will Arelis and everybody else who checked in. Cheyenne, pleasure as well. This was our anime episode. Who knows? Maybe next time we'll do classic game bangers. Like, I mean, music bangers. Because too many.
Whoa!
It
Okay,
sounds like
okay.
gang bangers. That's not what I'm going with. Game music soundtracks. Okay.
Oh man, no.
I mean, we were giving hands, but at the same time, that's not what I'm talking about. Okay.
I mean, let me know because I will come in. I've got some OSTs ready to go.
We would have to
shit.
find a way to play the music. We only 15 seconds each. I think is the allotted time.
I don't even know. It's worse than that now because a lot of the channels I watch that discuss music and how it's made,
Mhm.
they play like maybe 7-8 seconds of a song.
Jesus.
I would just put the links in the chat for people to listen to, or give them a playlist. That's easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This has been the 4-letter nerd. I'm taking us out. Once again, you can find these guys every Tuesday. What time was it? Was it 9 o'clock or 9:30, Sebastian?
9 p.m. when you put the kids to bed.
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time on Nerds of the Round.
It's
Be sure to
Nerds
follow
After
me.
Dark.
Nerds. It always is Nerds After Dark. I'm surprised Hugo isn't here. This has been the 4-letter nerd of Hyrule Geeks Unlimited production. Later, guys. One of the nicest outros ever.
Yes.
First of all, you may have wondered, like, what happened? I blame my dad. That's all I'm saying.